Hey, good morning guys. Welcome back to the Rod Shop. Today I'm going to show you how to cut down a reel seat. And what I mean by that is we're going to take this with all these extra threads and turn it into this with all the threads being hidden. So stick around. Alright, so what we're dealing with today, I've got two identical reels. These are just Revo Gen 3s I had in the drawer, need to go out for service. And this reel seat is the MVT 16 with the black hood and locking nut. Am I missing a locking nut somewhere? I'll find it on this table. And I'm going to show you how to cut them down. I got a client that likes, well, I got a client that doesn't like this. The way he holds his rods, his fingers out here, and if you notice on these MV, he likes this reel seat, but he doesn't like these threads out here because there's these notches on the sides that line up the hood so it doesn't spin, but it's got a sharp edge on it and he just doesn't like it. And I'm building him 4 more rods and he wanted them cut down. So here's what we're going to do. I've already cut one down this morning and I'll show you how I did it. So here is a brand new MVT 16. I order them in the 15 millimeter ID size so I can put this RSI 4 3K, or you can get the matte. I've got both of them. I got 2 of them actually. I've got the 3K in the gloss, the 3K in the matte, and then I just have carbon fiber in the matte. But if you take an RSI 4, it will go in any exposed reel seat. This is American Tackle, by the way, insert. It will go in any reel seat that has an ID of 15 millimeters. It slides right in, and there you have a finished exposed reel seat, and you just arbor up on your rod. So what we're going to do, how I do it, now I'm sure there's 1,000 ways to do this. And I'm not telling you this is the only way to do it. I'm telling you this is how I do it. So when you order an MVT, you have to order your hood and your locking ring. I ordered these in gloss black. What I do is I take the $5 guide alignment tool, which simulates a reel without everything else being in the way. So I'm going to put this in to simulate my reel. I'm going to tighten down the hood. And these Abu Garcia reels have one of the longer feet on a reel seat, I guess. And it's the same length as this guide alignment tool. So what you wind up is when it's tightened down fully, you have a gap of about, I don't know, 3/8. It's pretty much the same. And then I'll put the locking nut on it. Now these are just 2 fender washers that I got from Lowe's, and I use my stepper bit to drill them out so they'll go over and protect the locking nut. I've got 2 of them because I like a little bit of extra spacing. Now, how I used to cut them, now you could use a hacksaw, you could use a Dremel tool. I'm sure there's a bunch of different ways you could cut this. But what I found to be the easiest is I have a wire saw that I bought with a cork jig kit. And you can get it at Mud Hole. I'm sure there's plenty of places to get it from, but it's just a wire saw, very thin piece of really rough wire, I guess. It's not really a blade. It does have some teeth, but they're really fine. So what we're going to do, I've got it laid flat here on my table. I'll pull it out to the edge, and then I will run my saw, the wire blade, right down the outside of my fender washers, using them as a guide. there you go. Now, what you wind up with is a little bit of a sharp edge. And then what I'll do is I'll take the locking nut off. And then I have these emery boards. I bought them off of Amazon. I buy them in like a 20 pack. And I'm just gonna, if you're a little bit out of square, which this one is just a little, you can also take a piece of sandpaper with a block and just block it flat. I'm just gonna sand it down, get any of the rough edges off of it. If you left any kind of a burr when you were cutting it, got them off the outside, and I just got some 100 grit sandpaper. I'm just gonna roll them up. I'm just gonna sand the inside to get any burrs off of that, so it doesn't interfere with our insert. Touch it up with the 100 grit on the outside. Then, just so you can see how this all goes together, is I will glue in my insert, which is now not super short. I'll glue that in with a liquid epoxy. And let's see how this turned out. I normally wind up taking off about 3 threads on these MVTs. This is the one we just cut. And you just check it for square. That was pretty close. Might need a little bit of fine tuning right there maybe. But that's all it takes to cut down a reel seat. Just make sure you have something to protect, you know, this is why I had 2 of the fender washers. I took the locking ring off. If you want it a little tighter, if you don't have a reel seat with a locking nut, just put your hood on, 1 fender washer. Like I said, I drilled these out with a stepper drill bit, and there you go. So that's it. Not complicated, easy to do. It does dress it up a little bit. Now once you're done with this, you mount it on your blank, and you can either use the rubber winding checks, which I hate, or you can do, like I always do, and I've got several videos on, is I build an epoxy ramp right here, and then you just have a very smooth transition from reel seat to blank, no threads exposed. Piece of cake. That's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.